Thank you for sending so much positivity to everyone who is tuning in. I think as a committee, that's what we do best, to support one another. And I guess it's very aligned with my mission of Project Jobless. So, anyway, I just have a few more questions for you, because I think it's important for us to, it's also for public education, for us to be more aware, because like you say, this scene is still relatively new. There's a lot more education required to let people understand what to do to protect ourselves. Now, so in the event, if let's say certain things happen to me, like if I feel like it's a breach or it's a scam or what's not, who should I reach out to? Who should I inform? Is it the police force, or is it PDPC? What is the protocol?
Right. Like we always say, right, leave it to the experts, right? So you're right, if you go to the right channel, you get more support, you get the right support as well. If not, don't worry. I like to think as well that our civil service, our government, they are a bunch of warm people too. They're going to direct you to the right channels. But let's help ourselves by knowing where to turn to. So if you are facing a scam, it's a crime, right? It's a crime. So this one, for scams, please go to the police. Okay, so that's for the Singapore Police Force. Now, if you are, for example, let's say you went to sign up for a membership. Okay, you went to make a purchase and it said, no, sign up for this membership so that you can get a discount. Okay, and suddenly you receive all these weird phone calls or the texts or the emails asking you to buy something else. Okay, now it makes sense if it's something related. So for example, if I go to a restaurant and ask me to sign up for a membership, and I'm like, okay, sure, let's say it's a Japanese restaurant, and then they start sending me advertisements, promotions for other Japanese cuisines. I think that's fair, right? That if you have indicated that yes, you would like to get some of these promotions, you want to know more about them, it's related to the same genre, it's about food, that's all right. But if you suddenly receive, after going to a Japanese restaurant, if you suddenly receive all these promotions about, would you like to buy a sofa? Would you like to buy insurance? I'm not sure how that links up. So, that's probably more of an issue to do with the data protection, to do with data privacy. Now, in that case, the first step is not to jump to PDPC, all right? Because you see, under the PDPA, all organizations must appoint a data protection officer, a DPO. Okay, that's why a lot of people have jobs too, right? Okay, jokes aside, yeah?
Job creation.
Okay, but jokes aside. So your first point of contact should be the company's DPO. Now, if the DPO doesn't come back with a satisfactory response, okay, which is to say they do not have such practices in place to support your inquiry, okay, within a reasonable amount of time, then you should look to the PDPC for help. All right, and how PDPC can then help is to first help you get in touch with the DPO. Because let's be fair, sometimes when people are busy, they may overlook certain things. There may be some technical issues that may cause you to overlook certain things as well. So I think that's usually the first step. And if the company obviously has very errant practices, then the PDPC will definitely step in, okay? Because it is, well, I guess it's right to say that it's in everyone's interest, okay, to have organizations to have good practices in place. And that is probably when you want to reach out, but only after you have tried to contact and try to clarify with the DPO.
Okay. It's a very straightforward protocol, nothing too complicated. Okay, so scam, go to police. If let's say the best practices is not practiced, go to the DPO, otherwise PDPC. All right, so that's what we can do to protect ourselves and our loved ones. Now, is there any resources that individual can tap into to understand a little bit more?
Oh yes, definitely. So PDPC is actually, I'd like to say this, we are very lucky because our regulator is very active, or rather they are very proactive. So in fact, they have a lot of guidelines, you have a lot of reading materials, even games that you can find on PDPC's website. Okay, that's to help you have a better understanding, a better appreciation of data protection, the principles, and it extends to not just the individuals, but to the organizations. So as a business owner, as an organization, there are also other resources that you can find, like e-learning, brochures. And having said that, there are also some tools that you can find on the PDPC's websites. Now, having said that, because it's also a fairly, can I say unfamiliar area? Because it's fairly unfamiliar to some of us, or rather to most of us. Okay, so this is where you may want to look for qualified trainers and consultants. And in my opinion, what I see is there are two aspects of data protection. One is legal, one is operational. So if I were to stick strictly with either, I would probably miss out on the other. So I would encourage everyone, look for FIPs. Okay, so even if you're looking for a trainer, for a consultant, the FIP should be able to give you experience, insights from both angles. It's not to say that the others can't share with you and tell you about data protection. It's more of what are you looking for. So if you're like me, I would like to learn about both angles. At the same time, I look for a FIP. So that is probably one of the channels you can look out for. Now, because I come from the Data Protection Excellence Network, the DPEX network. So you can also go to our website, like www.dpexnetwork.org. Okay, so remember it's an ORG at the back. Then we have resources, it's free. We have forums for discussions, and membership is free too. So this is another avenue, okay, whereby if you're interested in data protection, you can find out as well what are the courses that are available, what are the topics, what are the articles, what are the insights. So it's really a bustling community, and depending on your learning style, you may either want to find a trainer or you want to find a community to start.
Sounds good. All right, so we have the PDPC website. We also have the DPEX network. And just now you mentioned about, upgrading, about, upskilling yourself. Does DPEX tie up with any university in Singapore whereby people can go and pick up courses?
Oh yes, we do have courses that, because we are the official training partners for a few associations, and we do have some partners as well. So we are program partners with SMU Academy, Singapore Management University Academy. So even if you're not a student, okay, working professional, and you would like to continue what we call the micro modularization, is it? Something like that.
Yeah. The bite-sized learning, modular learning, stackable learning, they all have fancy full terms.
Yes, but you get the idea. So instead of committing immediately to a full degree or full diploma, you may want to take out certain topics, certain areas first. Okay, so you can find more of this. We have an individual skills development roadmap that is very closely tied with the courses that are being offered. So with SMU Academy, we offer the advanced diploma in data protection. Okay, that's broken down into 2 advanced certificates. And I guess if you are more interested to find out more, all this information is readily available on the DPEX Network website. And perhaps we should talk about the good news later. That just reminded me, because you see, for this advanced diploma, okay, for Singaporean citizens and PRs, you may also want to explore how, if you could leverage on the Skills Future funding, because this is another thing I would really like to commend our government, okay, that they have so much foresight. They want us to, not just want us, they have committed to help Singaporeans and even PRs acquire all these new skills that are relevant to the future. Wait, sorry, that sounded a bit ironic, right? Skills for the future, Skills Future.
But I think that's probably how the name came about, but I really don't know. But I think the future is already here, it's just not widely distributed yet. So I also strongly encourage everyone, if this is an arena, this is a space which you have good faith that it will continue to boom, and both of us here are very positive about it. And at the same time, you have the skills and attribute whereby you know that you can excel as a professional in this scene, then I would strongly urge you to check out DPEX Network. Like what Qian Li has mentioned, there's so many free resources, so many tools available, so much discussion, and I think for the start, it's also a very good place to network and understand and know more people who are in this scene as well. So I think that is a really good insight that you have shared with us. I really appreciate your time, Qian Li. I think it has been very wonderful. And because since you are also a course developer, lecturer, perhaps some of our listeners may see you teaching them, will they? Or hear you speak in any webinars or forums?
I try to help where I can. So like you meant, like even for today's session, right, for this episode, thanks for inviting me. And yes, you may see me speaking at certain events, certain webinars, certain classes. I may just turn up at your company the next day.
And that's not a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good thing. Sometimes companies get us to do. Sometimes companies ask me to do a cameo and share these experiences in English, in Chinese. Being Singaporean.
Okay. Well, anyway, Qian Li is really talented. He is more than bilingual. I think he's multilingual, which I do not know, like 5 languages or something.
No. You flatter me, but it's all in the spirit of continuous learning, staying relevant to the industry. And by being relevant, by solving the problems, the pain points of those who will hire us, okay, or if you're going to hire others, those who will solve your problems, then that's how we ensure that there's a good, steady flow of jobs. They are here to stay, they are here to develop as well.
Yes, and I think it brings me to really conclude today's session about Project Jobless. It's really helping individuals to understand the space better, to really want to bring about the awareness that everyone should really start taking charge of their career right now. Like we say, the future is really here, it's just not widely distributed. So don't wait until it's widely distributed and you start to do something. It may be not that it's too late, but it's going to be a little bit more intense, and not a lot of people can like that kind of pressure, you see. So thank you once again, Qian Li, for taking your precious almost an hour with us, sharing about this few aspects. I hope to reconnect with you face to face when things get better. So keeping you and your family in good thoughts. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you, and have a great day ahead.